How you doing, everybody? Chad Thibodeau. Welcome to another live training here on my Facebook Live. The other day, I was talking about how it's possible to give away your best stuff and get paid for it. And so I was having a little training on that. And 3 or 4 of you guys jumped into my DMs and you said, okay, I love the theory of that, but exactly how do you do it? So what I thought I would do today is I would do a quick little training on how to give away your best stuff and get paid for it. So let's say that you're a coach or a consultant or a strategist or a teacher or a mentor, or you have some kind of agency and you're an implementer and you're trying to get clients, right? Well, we talked about on the last training that the Bible says, give and it shall be given unto you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Give. And one of the big pushbacks that I get from so many people is, okay, but if I give this away, then how am I going to get paid, right? Because the fear is that there is not a correlation between giving and paying, because we think giving is free and paying is asking somebody for money before you give it. Well, what I want to do is I want to show you how I've been able to make millions and millions of dollars over the last decade giving my best stuff away, and how I've trained over 5,200 people to do the exact thing. It's a principle that we're going to call reciprocity. Reciprocity. Now, what is reciprocity? I don't like the marker, so I'm going to erase this. I'm going to go with my pencil because I like my pencil a little bit better. Okay, what is reciprocity? So reciprocity is the psychological concept that when you give something away, whoever you give it to feels psychologically obligated to return the favor. Let me give you an example. So if you're here in Phoenix, it gets hotter than Hades in the summer. And so most of our restaurants have 2 doors, right? So we have a door on the outside, then you go into a little breezeway, and then you go to another door, and then you get to go in the restaurant. The reason why they do that is they don't want all of that heat coming inside. So let's just say, for the sake of example, that I was walking into Chili's, and you were about 7 steps behind me. And I reached out, and I opened the door, and I allowed you to come in. Now, knowing that you're going into a breezeway and there's a set of doors in front of you, here's what you're not going to do. What you're not going to do after I open the door and allowed you to go in is you're not going to open the next door, walk in, and let the door hit me in the face. No, why? Because reciprocity says that because I did something for you, you're going to feel psychologically obligated to return the favor. And so that's exactly what you're probably going to do. You're going to return that favor by opening the door and allowing me to go in first. In the business world, when you can add value and you can give something of value to your prospects, the law of reciprocity then kicks in and they sort of feel psychologically obligated to come back to you when it's time for them to pay for help. Just the way that it works. When I first got into coaching, I had just gotten an award from Russell Brunson as being one of the best funnel designers in the land, okay? And so I went to Boise, built out a ton of funnels with 30 other people around the country for Russell's new book and for a new project that he was doing with ClickFunnels. And got an award as being one of the best designers. He selected one of my designs as the top 6. He gave me an award for the best webinar funnel in all of ClickFunnels. It was pretty awesome. But yet I was broke as a joke, right? Because I didn't have a following, I didn't have an audience, I didn't have anybody helping me, and I didn't really want to build funnels the rest of my life. Really, what I wanted to do is coach. So I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to get an audience? So here's what I did. So I came back, and they wanted me to build 10 more templates for them. So I came back, and I went into a ClickFunnels group where my ideal audience was. I said, hi, everybody, I'm Chad Thibodeau, and I'm a ClickFunnels top 30 designer. I've got to build 10 funnel templates for Russell's brand new book, his cookbook, but I don't like building templates. So do you need a funnel? Can I build you a funnel for free? And in exchange, you get to keep all the information in it, but I'm going to templatize it and give it to Russell for his book. And all these people reach out. And so I wanted to work with single moms and nonprofits. All these people reached out. Now remember, I'm broke as a joke. Okay, I don't have any money. I got a skill set. I got a talent. I got something I can leverage. I have something of value that I can give, but I have no money coming back. So I went in the ClickFunnels room and offered to build 10 funnels for 10 people. Well, my inbox blew up, as you can imagine. And I had too many people requesting. And then I was talking with somebody, and somebody said, why don't you build an internship? Why don't you teach other people how to build funnels and allow those people to build the funnel for these single moms and nonprofits? I'm like, great idea. So I went in and said, hey, I've got 10 single moms and nonprofits we're building funnels for. If you would like for me to teach you everything I know about marketing and everything I know about building funnels, I will do that absolutely free. All you have to do in exchange is to work with these single moms and nonprofits for 12 weeks and build them a funnel system, etc. So I had tons of people apply to be an internship. I ended up selecting 81 of them, 81 people, my very first go around to be an intern for me. So I had these 81 people in a Zoom room, and I started pouring into them. I started teaching them everything I knew about marketing, everything I knew about coaching, everything I knew about funnels, etc. And after the first session, I'd given away so much value. People were blowing up saying, oh my gosh, this is the greatest training we've ever received. Chad's awesome. So then in the ClickFunnels world, people started asking, hey, do you know anybody who builds funnels? Well, now I have these 81 people that I've been adding value to. They go, Chad. And then people would say, hey, we're looking for a really good coach. Do you know anybody? And these 81 people said, Chad. And all of a sudden, my inbox, which would get 2 or 3 inquiries a month, I was getting 10 to 12 inquiries a day. And I went from broke to building a coaching business that collected $250,000 in about 90 to 100 days. Okay. And that was pretty awesome because I gave something away. The psychological concept of reciprocity kicked in, and people felt psychologically obligated to give back to me. And the way that they gave back to me was in referrals. And it elevated my status, and I was able to do that. So what I want to do is I want to show you, how do you build reciprocity? How do you build reciprocity so your prospects can come and pay you? How do you do that? So what I want to do is I want to do what's called the reciprocity loop. I call it the reciprocity loop. Okay? And the reciprocity loop starts with your audience. Okay? It starts with your audience. Okay? So your prospect, your ideal client, okay, they want something. Okay? They're looking for something. Okay? And so you have to know that because they're looking for something, that you've got an opportunity then to come in and to help them. But you don't just want to help them. The first thing you want to do is you want to build what's called curiosity. I don't even know how to spell this word, so I think that's wrong. I think there's a U in there, but we'll do it the English way, the American way, not the British way. Curiosity. Okay, you want to build curiosity with them. So, excuse me. So, for instance, right? So, with this, like with the example that I gave you just a while ago, my audience, they wanted to learn how to build funnels. Okay. The curiosity that I built was, what if we built what if I give you everything I know about funnels and stuff, and then and I do it for free, but then we're going to take that knowledge that you give and you're going to build funnels for these single moms and nonprofits. Whoa, that piqued the curiosity. Okay, then when you pique curiosity, now they lean in. Now they're leaning in. Now they're listening to you. Okay, and I'm going to give you 3, 4, 5 examples of this, so hang in there for me. So now they're leaning in and trying to get some help. So then from curiosity, then what we do is we come here and then we add value. Okay, we add value. Okay, so see, once I found my audience, okay, hey, how many of you guys want to learn how to build funnels? Okay, so you could then create a business doing that. And the curiosity was, I was going to teach you for free, teach you everything I know about marketing and funnels, but in exchange, you're going to then build funnel systems for these single moms and nonprofits. Then I came in here and I added value. I actually put them in a 12-week system, okay, and I taught them my pointer system. Okay, I added value to them. I showed them exactly how to build funnels and how to get paid for it, okay? And I didn't hold anything back, okay? I didn't hold anything back. And so what happened is from the curiosity, as I added value to these people, Okay, what that did was it began building the rapport and the reciprocity between me and the people that I was working with. Okay, so I added value. I showed them what they needed to do. And then the final step is what I call movement. Okay, now the final step is movement. Okay, so now what I can do with the reciprocity loop is now I can tell them what I want them to do. And because I've added value to them, because I've piqued their curiosity, because they're my target audience, now they'll do whatever I want them to do. Okay, so for my audience, I piqued their curiosity. I added so much value to them. Now, when it was time for them to build their business, okay, then I told them the movement, that the next step that I wanted them to do was to let me build for them a syllabus on what their coaching program could look like, okay? And they did. And then on that call, I sold them. And about 90% of all the revenue that I generated for the next 72 months, okay, for the next 5 or 6, I guess that'd be 6 years. For the next 6 years, about 85 to 90% of all the revenue that I came from this audience, okay, that I built curiosity with. I added massive value to, and then I told them to let's get on a call, let me build something out for you, and then hire me. And they did, okay? Okay, and they did. Now, what was happening was when I first started working with them was, and I apologize, I don't know where the mute button is. When I first started working with them, they only came into my $297 a month program, okay? They came into my $297, but now they entered a secondary reciprocity loop, okay? So now they were an audience, an ideal audience who now had a coaching business, but now they wanted to learn how to scale that coaching business. And what I did, so because I knew that they wanted to scale, that was their second thing now. So now we added a second thing that they wanted. Okay, so first they wanted a business, now they want to learn how to scale. So what I did then is I come in here and I build curiosity and say, like, no, you don't want to scale. Okay, scaling your business could be the death of your business. That was my curiosity statement that I put right here to my people who had a business now. I told them that scaling your business could be the death of your business. And they're like, what? Tell me more, right? So lean in, okay? Then I was able to come here and I was able to add value to them by telling them what you really need to do is instead of scaling a $297, $397, $497 program, what you need to do is you need to create a high-ticket product between $25,000 and $50,000. And instead of working with 200 people, you need to work with 6 or 7 people. Okay, so I started adding value to them. And then I had asked them the question, like, listen, if you're trying to make $100,000 and you have a $297 a month program, okay, which is basically $3,600 for the year, and you're trying to make $100,000, and you have a $25,000 program and you're trying to make $100,000, what do you think is going to be easier, selling 4 or selling 33? Well, obviously 4 is going to be easier, okay? So I was able to build curiosity by telling them something differently. Then I was able to add value to them to show them then what they had to do. Notice what I said. I said what. Then I added value to them by showing them what they had to do in order to build a high-ticket program, okay? So I came in and I taught them what, and then I gave them a pathway to make it happen, okay? And then what I told them to do, now that I added value and that made so much sense, okay, now I was able to come back in here and I was telling them to take the next step. What you really need to do is you need to join my CAVU coaching program or my high ticket mastery program, okay, and it costs X amount of dollars, and I'm going to not only help you create a $25,000 offer, but we're going to give you all the marketing systems that you need in order to sell it, right? So that's when I created High Ticket Mastery, which was a live and interactive coaching program designed to help you create your very own $25,000 offer in less than 90 days and sell 3 to 5 of those every 30 days. Whoa, it blew people's minds, right? And so because of that, I was able to tell them what to do, okay? So now they came in, they got on a call with me, I sold them. Okay, so now they started another reciprocity loop. Because so now, not only did they want to learn how to build funnels, they got that. Now, not only did they want to learn how to build a high-ticket product, okay, but now what we wanted is we wanted to sustain it by surrounding them with other people who were making lots and lots of money. So now the next thing was how would you like to make $1 million with the product that we created? Tell me more, okay? So then I was able to come in here. Okay, I was able to come in here and tell them that the quickest way to make $1 million is to give your best stuff away. What? What are you talking about? Then I was able to come in and I was able to teach them the reciprocity loop, what I'm teaching you right now. Okay, I showed them what to do, how to do it, and then we created an automated system, okay, for it. And then once again, that I could come here and I could tell them what their next step is. What you need to do is you need to join Cavu Elite, where my team will build all of this out for you. We'll do it completely done for you, so you don't even have to stress it. And then you can go and you, etc. You get the idea. And then away we went. And so by starting the reciprocity loop, by giving something away for free, okay, what happens is I find an audience that I know that I can help. They have a problem that I can solve. I build curiosity by telling them probably what they're doing isn't going to work, but you should do this instead. Then I teach them exactly what they need to do to make it happen, and then I tell them to take the next step with me, which is get on a call or buy my product or watch this training or go into this webinar or whatever. And because I've added value to them, the law of reciprocity kicks in, and they feel psychologically obligated to do it. And now I've entered them into a new reciprocity loop. And this is how it works. This is how it works. This is why giving your best stuff away always works. The reason why it always works is because the Bible says, give, and it should be given unto you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And the reciprocity concept is a biblical principle. Not a marketing principle. It's a biblical principle that's been around thousands and thousands of years, and it's built in, given to us by God into our psyche, that when we help people, we sort of feel psychologically obligated to return the favor. In the marketing world, in the coaching world, in the online world, in your business world, you give it free. Now, let me give you some examples. Other example. I gave you that example. Let me give you some. Excuse me. Let me give you some other examples of how this works, okay? Because I think that's super, super important. So way back in the day, okay, I'm talking about when I was 9 years old, okay? 9 years old. I wanted to learn karate, okay? I wanted to learn karate, okay? So I was the prospect that wanted to learn karate. So I was somebody and I had a desire. That's what an audience is. Okay, it's somebody who has a problem and their desire is to fix it, and your audience is your ideal person. So I wanted to learn karate. Okay, so went down to this place where they were doing karate, where they were offering karate. Okay, and the guy told me that at 9 years old, you shouldn't do this modality, but you would be really good with Taekwondo. I didn't even know what Taekwondo was, but he was like, you're going to be able to kick really good. You're going to be able to do this. And for someone with your size and stature, this is the better modality, right? So he came in and told me, don't do traditional karate, go do Taekwondo, right? And then what he did was he added value by giving me my first 2 lessons absolutely free. Okay, so he added value, once again, gave something away. He added value by giving me my first 2 lessons for free. After that second lesson, I was hooked. Okay, I was hooked. So then he said, you need to join this particular program. And if you join this particular program, here's what's going to happen. So he told me what to do. He gave me movement, and I had it. So I went and joined this little 6-week program. Okay, my parents signed me up for this little 6-week program. And what he did was, see, at first I just wanted to learn karate. Okay, but he came in and he taught me Taekwondo, and then what he did was he opened up a secondary loop that basically said, okay, you could become really, really, really good. And I can't even. It's been so long ago. He told me a style of this kicking or whatever that he wanted to do, and then so he put me in another 6-week program. Okay, so he came in and he built curiosity and said, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. Okay, oh, I know what it was. So at 9, I also love to play basketball, and so he convinced my parents that if I learned this particular style of karate, that this karate was going to help me learn how to jump and be more flexible, and it was going to help me in basketball. So I was relatively short, but if I could learn this, I was going to be able to learn how to jump through the roof, so to speak. Okay, and even though I was short, I was going to have a competitive advantage over my competitors, build curiosity. So I came in, Okay, and he showed me a couple moves. He told me to buy the program. I bought it. Okay, that's how it works. And that was all the way back at 9 years old, before all this digital marketing stuff, even even existed, right? Go to the car. Okay, you're a car, right? So you have an audience. You have somebody who wants to buy a car, right? So you go to the lot, and the guy comes in, and he says, "Hey, let's run a little credit check." Okay, and you're going to buy a Ford Focus, and he goes, "You know what? I think based upon what I'm seeing, you could probably qualify for a Porsche. You don't have to do a Ford Focus. You could probably qualify for a Porsche." What? Tell me more. So he runs the numbers, recognizes that they qualify for it, and they said, "Okay, let's give this Porsche a test drive. Let's look at this, okay? Let's look at this Porsche, okay?" And then after taking this Porsche, he says, "You know what? Why don't you take that Porsche home for the night? Just take it home for the night, okay? Drive it around, look at it. Now don't go more than 200 miles, okay? That's the limit, but go more than 200 miles. See how you feel about it, see whatever, okay? And then come back in the morning." And then in the morning, since he's added value by giving the Porsche, he comes in the morning and says, "Hey, we were able to get you approved. Let's buy this Porsche." And you're like, "Okay, great." So now he's locked you in. He's got you the Porsche. But then he's built another audience. Now his audience is a Porsche owner, okay? And he knows that Porsche owners can't go around with cheap wheels and non-tinted windows, okay? So he comes in and says, "You know what? You know what would make you look really good? You look good in that Porsche, but you know what would make you look really good? No, tell me. You would look really good with tinted windows and spoilers and really cool wheels." "Oh, really more?" "Yeah." "So let's buy that. Let's add it to the package. Move it. Boom." So now he's got a Porsche owner who's got tinted windows, a spoiler, and really cool tires. Okay, now he's created another reciprocity loop, and he goes, "You know what? Hey, because you're probably not going to treat this thing really nice, because you're probably going to put the pedal to the metal. Porsches have this tendency to have this little piece break down." "Oh, really? Tell me more about that." "Yeah, this little thing in the engine sort of breaks down, and if you got to replace it, it's super, super expensive. In fact, let me show you. You got to do this, and you got to do this, and you got to do this, you got to do this. What you really should do is you should buy this bumper-to-bumper coverage." Okay, great. So now, you see, they just keep opening reciprocity loops. And this is how the world goes around. So if you're trying to start a coaching business, okay, what I want to do is I want to add to you. Okay, so the other day, I did that training. Somebody reached out to me. I got on a call with them, and I gave them a free session. Okay, so I built curiosity about them, and then I went on a call and I added tons and tons of value, and then I told them that this person, after I added value, this person should work with me, and they did. They signed up for the program. Okay, and so now I moved my prospect to my ideal client, and so that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to move this audience from a prospect to a client. And then once you have them as a client, you're trying to get this client to an ongoing client. Probably the better way to say that is you want to get this prospect. You want to move them from a prospect to a customer. That's what I was trying to say. And from a customer to an ongoing client that pays you time and time and time again, okay? So if you want to learn how to do this, because some of you guys are wondering, like, okay, Chad, well, what do I have? What do I know? Who's my ideal audience? What do I have? What do I have to give away? Like, what can I do to build curiosity so people lean in and listen to me, okay? Well, once I do, then what kind of value can I give? And then what in the world am I going to move them to? How can I assert my authority over these people to get them to buy? Well, I'm glad you asked, okay? This is what I do on my complimentary CAVU calls, is I come in and I help you figure this out, okay? So if you want one, just jump in my DM and say, "Hey, Chad, I would love for you to sit down with me and show me how I could use this reciprocity loop to either start, sell, or scale my business. I would love for you to do that." And all you got to do is just jump in my DMs, shoot me a quick little DM. I'll reach out to you. I'll shoot you a link. You can jump on my calendar, and we'll spend about 45 minutes together, and I'll help you I'll help you ideate and figure out what kind of business you should be running, how you can make money on it, and I'll walk you through the reciprocity loop so you can see exactly how you too can get paid for it. Well, hey, hope this training was helpful to you. If it was, let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM. We'll see you guys next time on a complimentary training.